Good morning, everybody. You're watching The Morning Show, Friday, November 14th. November is CPR month, and this is the 30-day period to promote awareness of CPR as a life-saving technique. And John Collie with Rescue 7 is here with us. You train thousands of people every year with this life-saving knowledge, really.
Yeah, we do. I think it's very important and that everybody learns how to do CPR. We're trying to get into all the schools so students learn how to do it, as well as older people. As we know, we have 35 to 40,000 cardiac arrests a year in Canada, and over 70% of them occur in the home setting usually.
This is so interesting because some stats here is CPR can keep the blood flowing to the brain and other vital organs until emergency help arrives. And in case of cardiac arrest, studies have shown that immediate CPR followed by defibrillation dramatically improves survival. By how much?
Well, for every minute when somebody goes into cardiac arrest, and if we don't start performing CPR and getting a defibrillator on them, for every minute that we don't do that, their chance of survival decreased by 10%.
Wow. Now, John, this is one of those things that unless you've been in that kind of emergency situation, you might not think of it on a daily basis. Am I up to date on my CPR knowledge? But you have been in so many situations where you have had to actually use CPR in order to help save someone's life.
Yeah, I was with Toronto Fire Services for almost 20 years, and we had to perform CPR on a, well, I hope it wasn't always on a daily basis, but actually about 4 or 5 years ago, I was playing hockey at an arena up in Markham, and a friend of ours had a cardiac arrest in the game before us on the bench. So we had to go out and actually, a couple of us performed CPR and got a defibrillator and gave him one shock, and today he's doing very, very well.
All right, I know that you have to take a class in this, but we are going to do a little bit of a demo here just to get people reacquainted with some of the things that you need to know. Now, when you're doing CPR, is it important to do mouth to mouth? Because I feel like that's the thing that people think of most when they think CPR. They watch it on Baywatch or something, right?
Baywatch?
I don't know.
That's, yeah, we used to watch that at the fire station. Yes. Anyway, with CPR, what they've been doing now is, because what we found is a lot of people don't want to do that mouth to mouth if they don't have a barrier device and all that. So what they're recommending now is, if you find that they're unresponsive, the person's unresponsive on the ground, and you determine they're not breathing, you don't see the chest rising and falling and that, go right to the compressions. And let's get the compressions going, push hard, push fast, because there's enough oxygenated blood in the heart that if you can push it around to the vital organs to keep the person alive as long as possible, or keep everything going until we can get that defibrillator on them, then great. If you do have a barrier device and you are trained and you want to do those, ventilations, then you can proceed to do that.
John, let's give this a shot, because I think that most people just see this on TV when they're watching really like television shows, not even like a video demonstration, and you think, okay, so I guess I just do one of these, and the pressure is key. It has to be very, very hard.
Yeah, push hard, push fast. It's about, we want to go to at least 2 inches down on the chest.
Okay.
So you want to be on the sternum, not on the ribs or anything. So when you landmark, you usually come up underneath the armpit and you come straight across. And then so you'll be on the sternum. We recommend that you take their clothes off so you get a proper landmark on them. So you come straight across and you want the palm of the hand on the sternum with the fingers up off of it. And then I'd be up over top of them, of course, up on my knees. And my arms would be straight, so locked elbows. And then we want to push down that 2 inches so that we get down and get that pressure on that blood, so we circulate the blood around in the vital organs.
I want to give this a shot just to demonstrate how difficult it is, because that pressure, if you aren't able to give that pressure, and you're the only one in an emergency situation, what should you do? Because to push here, I'm really struggling.
And you're up on a table, so you'd be down on the ground, so you could get a lot more pressure, we think, by using the shoulders and the locked elbows. But what we tell people is, if you don't do anything, the person's going to die. You can't make them any deader. So whatever you can do by pushing down, even if you only go 1.5 inches when you're should be going 2 inches, at least it's helping. It's doing something until we get that EMS on scene. And
you should continue to do that until emergency personnel show up.
If you can, yes, absolutely.
And if you are okay to do mouth to mouth, should you be following with mouth to mouth, or is the pushing?
So you can do the 30 compressions, and then you're going to do a head tilt chin lift. So you're going to open up the airway, and then you're going to put your mouth around their mouth, and you're going to give them 2 breaths. If you give them 2 quick breaths, as soon as you see the chest start to rise, you stop giving the air, because you don't want too much air, because it'll go down to the stomach, create gastric distension. So, and you're going to continue this until a defibrillator comes. And a lot of public areas and a lot of corporations now around Canada do have the defibrillators. So if we
and you have to be trained to use this.
You don't have to be. They're very, very simple to use. I mean, it's the what ifs that go with it because it walks you through it. It will visually, it has visual graphics. It does have verbal, verbal instructions. It's very, very simple to use. So you don't really need to be trained to the what ifs that go with it.
John Collie with Rescue 7, thank you so much for being here. Such important information.
Thank you for having me.
And again, November is a CPR month, so it's a great time to remind yourself to get reacquainted with this knowledge. It could save someone's life. You're watching The Morning Show. It is November 14th.